blue, whatever random chatter about the maps aside, we actually have the game ready. So we're going to go ahead and load right into it and get this ban phase underway.
Looks like everyone on DarkZero is using a Logitech G640 mousepad, no?
And storylines and narratives
that?
and how this ties into
I've had the same mousepad for like 3 years now. I've had the same Corsair one. Like,
wait, you're still using
We've
it?
got a couple crucial
yeah, it's
matches
good.
here.
It's actually really good.
Dude.
At this point, though, the landscape for Group A is solidified, and it was talked about by the experts before we got into this match.
Yeah, I think DC and D2 are both out of groups. They are guaranteed playoffs. It is only Cloud9 or CAG that can get disqualified or relegated, as I say, from Group A.
Dude, it's crazy to think that G2's saving grace was VP getting disqualified.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if CAG didn't lose that match overtime game earlier, like G2 would have been out of the tournament if it wasn't because there's only one relegation spot, not two. Unless they beat DarkZero, then in that case, I guess they deserve to stay.
If they beat BDS, they
But
I don't know how they're going to perform best of threes, though.
I mean, it can't get much worse, Pharaoh, so I would say better.
In a matchup that really isn't
I mean,
significant
just looking at like point blank here, G2 cannot play worse in best of threes than they have in best of ones.
They can't get first.
They've only beaten APAC, and they've only beaten CAG and C9, that is.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they beat no one else.
They do not win, and it is also worth noting
That's what Fabian's meme was.
Yeah.
Back in my day, G2 used to beat everyone, not just APAC.
Yeah, they only beat APAC, Cloud9, and C9, or fucking CAG and C9. So it's a bit wild. We see another Ash ban. We see a lot of those today. It's the 4th today, I think, or 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's just really strong. Like, even if it's not just for the gun, like those 3 breaching charges are huge.
She arguably got buffed when she got 3 explosives. One might ban, then Thatcher Kite. G2 banning both the Thatcher and the Kite kind of speaks to the volume of how ridiculous the Thatcher ban is. But hey.
Because both of them, as I discussed earlier, have been...
Oh, Uno on Twitch, I like this. This is a different lineup than last time we saw him play Chalet, I believe.
This has been a very
I really don't want to see him bring up the Blitz again. I think it's so useless on this map.
Yeah, on Chalet, I agree.
We'll go to dining and kitchen.
Dude, like, he keeps bringing out the Blitz, but it's not really a pocket pick anymore. He's just sort of picking it to...
dining and kitchen.
I think it's a comfort pick, if anything.
Best site statistically for Chalet so far through the
like the downside of, you know, if you're a weaker player, like let's say me or Mint, where okay, and yeah, I think that's a game. I think they're still playing. Look at the mice. They're still focused in. I think they're gonna play. Oh, we're back. Okay, all good. I think if you're like a weaker gunner like me and Mint, I think it's easy to just default onto a shield and feel like you bring value even if you don't really do it. Because
But then again, like the Monty's been up this entire time.
Yeah.
He's still picking Blitz.
Yeah, I would pick them onto a Blitz personally.
It's so much better.
Like I had back
Especially for what he's doing.
back when Villa came out, I played Monty like every round, and then when people started banning it, I was so fucking lost. So like I just cocked myself.
I apologize if you were looking for some potential other exciting matchups after the conclusion.
Eclipse opening flag onto Virtue.
We have the Cyclops
DC's on the board.
And then on the other stream, for those of you that are curious, we've got Furia versus FaZe.
GR finds Uno.
Anywho, right now
as the
for
entry
DC,
shot down here as they start making their way in. Ben finds Eclipse on the run back.
At this current point in time,
Ben doing rat things as he does so well. Mint finds Kayak and it is 2 versus 4.
If you're DarkZero, you need big performances from NJR.
Kento finds a nice shot actually. Semi-wall bang.
So consistent this entire tournament. In fact, Skies in particular has been the standout on DarkZero.
Oh, yeah. Had Kento had a few more bullets there, they might have connected.
As well as he has.
G2
That would have been a kill too because Mint is so low.
Here, they've got a lot of time, and the Jackal from Citizen is going to.
I don't understand what kind of push they're trying to do.
G2 side for tracking down.
I mean, I don't know exactly where Uno and Virtue died, but
fortunately for G2,
yeah.
they're not going to be able to catch him though.
I assume they died in bar or something, or dining maybe. They try to take first floor together.
Yeah, I don't know if Zofia got her utility off though, that's the thing. And that wall isn't open either. Like,
no.
That wall open in Fireplace.
They didn't get anything off, I don't think.
Great job.
Like Kaya died with all summer charges too, I believe.
Upstairs. G2 have to reconsider.
Yeah, so
where
basically
they
what you
want
do,
to
Jim Jam and
attack this
Chalet,
site from.
is you take the
They
opposite
aren't
side of the
sure
map
where
where the
these
enemies
last
are.
defenders are.
So if they're kitchen or master, you take like
doesn't sound like
library
we have
bar
any
and you
in-game
go
sounds
over.
over the
Or like you
40
take
seconds,
library
Michael.
into
How
master and do
about
vertical
this?
play,
I'll
right?
make the in-game
If they're playing
sounds
bar, you
and
take master
cast
and
over
push
top of
into
it. How
library and
about
take
that?
vertical play
Let's do
or
it.
first floor.
Okay, all right.
So it's very much like coastline. You go
G2
opposite of where the bomb site is
entry
and you
into
just push
office
over.
After the flashes ring,
That's like the
they're
generic
gonna go
takes
ahead
that
and
I've
try
seen.
to
Like, to be
challenge
honest, you don't even
NJR
take a
playing
love for
inside
this
of
fight.
Master.
I
He's
honestly
doing
don't
his
think-
best to hold the
oh,
rotation, and he gets
oh,
one in
oh.
a second. One
No, I don't
for
think
the
you necessarily
SG11,
have to.
NJR says no problem.
But that's why it's nice, because like you have the option both as an attacker and defender to choose to play vertical.
So we all heard that you wanted.
Looked
some
like
more
Sky
rehosts.
said, I don't know what they're doing, and then NTR just starts laughing.
Demands
It literally
of the
looked like
audience. So
that.
we're gonna go ahead and rehost this one up. Obviously, DarkZero will
I don't know
have
what they're
won
doing
that
either.
round.
Thank you, God,
Now
of defeat.
the players. It's just that we had no sound, so we're gonna go and fix that problem right quick.
There is, of course, an argument to be made of how serious
Sometimes
these teams will
just
play this match, as they are both
breaks your
safe, but
heart.
they are playing for
also
seeding, and of course, bragging rights of not being the worst team that isn't
Regardless,
APAC.
that's the first round is
So,
in the books, by the way.
I do expect
will
both
say
teams
this,
to
I
actually
just-
try and
I
win
wanna
this match.
I want to take some time to talk.
And
about
they've
this.
both
For
played
those that
Chile before, so it's not like their
what's been going
first
on
time
social
showing it.
media. By the
Yeah.
way, if you are involved in the Rainbow Six
Wait.
I also
ecosystem,
hate being in those positions where
the
games don't
best
matter
time
because
to be
if
involved
you don't know if you want to like
Rainbow
not
Six
show anything,
Twitter
because
is
sort of
right
like
now.
not troll
The
it, but
week
like give less of a
involving
fuck,
SI,
or
I
like
guess
full
Blitz,
try hard
'cause
it and
this is
then
technically
get
a
tilted
two-week
when you
thing
lose. You
now.
know.
Yeah.
It's impressions.
Someone said
week, which
DC
means
can
that
get
every
top
single
4.
thing
I'm
you
trying to
tweet
see how that's
is actually
possible.
going to
DC
gain
has
more
tiebreaker
impressions than
over
usual, so if
FaZe
you are a
Clan.
shameless, impression
So
floater like I am, then,
does FaZe Clan have tiebreaker over?
I am many things, but that is one of them. You can go out of your way and tweet as often as you can. It's gonna.
Can they?
Well, your impressions
DC
are
can.
gonna
Oh wait, DC has
There
2
was a
games
tweet,
left,
a
have they?
couple tweets,
Oh
actually.
yeah, they can get top. Yeah, they can get top 4
Prior
actually.
to
Fuck.
this matchup, that was
You're right.
Easy,
DC could
easy.
actually
We
get
made
upper bracket if they
playoffs.
beat G2
I mean,
and
the
if they
only
beat
thing for
Furia.
G2 that's been easy so far has been their
Unless
matches
Furia
against their
beats
opponents. And I'm not even
FaZe.
saying that as a slight. I understand
But
that you
DarkZero
wanna
has
keep your
tiebreaker over
morale
FaZe,
high.
which
But if you are on
yeah, they actually could get top 4.
This is so confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
this
stretch.
run being easy, you are completely
Yeah, if FaZe
delusional.
loses and DarkZero wins both
G2
games.
Up until an hour ago,
Wait, FaZe is tiebreaker
were
over
in a
DarkZero.
position where they very
Oh, it goes
easily
that way.
could
Oh,
have
okay.
gone home.
I thought it went the other way actually.
So I get it, but try to
Yeah,
set your
DarkZero could get top
expectations
4.
a little
Okay.
bit
Interesting.
accordingly here, and maybe humble yourselves.
I think top 4 would be huge. They get who they play against. They play against.
They play against
I
lower
definitely
bracket
agree
of
that
Group B,
there's
right?
not a lot to
They play against the
be,
5th seed from Group B, right?
dropping an easy about
like
right
that?
now.
Which would currently
And that
be
goes for
Giants
both
Gaming, but they have a
DZ
whole
and
nother
G2.
play day to go.
We've been tying
And
their
Group B
storylines
is
together a lot
tied.
throughout this
First
broadcast
spot
already.
has 3
I'm not
points.
sure
Last spot
everyone's
has
sick of it at
1
this point,
point,
but
and they
it's
play
true.
3. Wait,
Both of these teams have
some
higher
teams play
expectations of
3 games and
themselves,
some teams play
and
2
yet
games.
Here we are.
So there's potential
Now as
3
we
games
load
left
back
for some teams,
into
and there's
the
only a
map,
2-point difference between
Thank you for your
1
patience, everyone
and
on the Blitz
last.
side. Really appreciate it.
So
Been a
yeah.
rough start
Whereas
to
in
this
our
match.
Group A, 8 points for the top
DarkZero
and
up
2
one
points to the
round.
bottom. 6-point
G2
difference.
will be attacking onto the basement for their next
So.
go. And we have sound, yay.
Oh, thank God. I'm not exactly good at sound effects. I'm sure most people.
Also, upper
are
bracket in general is
aware
just
of
better
the
if you
marker.
get far in the tournament. Because
Well,
if you get
thank you,
upper bracket
Michael. That's very
final,
kind
for
of you,
example,
but
then
I mean,
If ever
you get
give
map
up
advantage
on
to the final,
casting,
right? Then
can
you
go
start with a
and
map.
use professional sound
Yeah.
effects for like movies and
So.
stuff. I think they'd like you there.
Is that still a thing?
in
Yeah.
time.
Apparently it is, because people are mad about it.
I could be the movie announcer voice guy.
I think it's
2
bullshit, personally.
teams at the bottom of the standings. Both
I
of
personally
them
like the
wanted
2
in.
best of 3s. I think I like that a lot more.
Adversity.
Like more than best of 5?
Cockiness, disappointment.
Yeah, because I mean, if you come into the final as a higher seed and you
I
got
don't
2
wanna
best of 3s,
ruin
if you
it,
win the
but
first best of 3,
that's
you
what
win
you
the
need to
event.
start
Or if you
This
lose
is-
the
this
first
is-
best of 3, it goes to a
I
second
don't
best
want
of
to
3.
say that the match is
Oh, I see.
unimportant because I don't want to make.
We haven't had that
anybody
before in
watching
Siege, have we? Not that I
walk
know
away
of.
from the
It's more of
broadcast.
like a Call of Duty
But
and like
frankly,
fighting
this is
game
not a match that
style
has a
of,
huge amount of
thing.
significance in comparison to the other matches going on today. For
Yeah.
both of these teams, it's relatively low stakes, which is a good thing for both of them because if this was a
I mean, I'm okay with either
who the
that
hell
or just the
knows
best
what
of
would
5 with
happen?
no map
If
advantage,
you are a
because the
fan
map
of either
advantage kind of
DarkZero or
breaks
G2,
the
you're gonna
illusion
have
that
faith.
it's a best of 5, because it
Faith
might
that
not
your
go that
teams will
far.
do well. But faith is the belief in something that common sense might tell
it could be a best of 3, 2 wins, and then it's over.
Look at DZ and G2's successes.
VP got disqualified because he tested positive for Corona, so Kenneth.
That last matchup went the way it did, because if not, this one would be
in Dota 2, you gotta win 2 best of 5s if you come from lower bracket.
At the same time, though, I think that
okay. Spicy.
Those recent failures,
that is a long ass
on both of these teams, because they have a lot of fans who really want to see them be successful.
I mean, the only issue I had with last year's invite was NIP had to play a best of 3 into a best of 5. If they had played the best of 5 without the best of 3, I think they might have even beaten SSG. Like, I think they would have a better chance. Yeah. They played TSM. It was either BDS or TSM they played in the semis, right? And then the same day, they had like an hour-and-a-half break, I think. They played the final against SSG.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and they almost beat SSG.
Wait, who is that? Wait, Mint?
Yeah. Mint might have been Flashbang, maybe? I don't know, in the corner.
Okay. Given freebies, never mind, they just took the round back. Okay.
Never mind. Frag Fiesta and GR finds multiple heads here.
Where did all the T2 go? They breached Trench, and then they all just died.
Yeah, they
like 4 bodies all across.
They breached Trench, they breached this wall, and that was it.
And they all die.
He's got 1 pick, he's got case in hand, but he'll do what is quite challenging.
I don't think he really smokes this bomb site as well.
Yeah, line of sight caught, yeah.
There's so many lines of sight.
He'll toil away, potentially isolating them.
Kayak's got space here to work with, though.
He can actually win this.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
That's very critical. They now know where he is, and they can line themselves
that guy in the fucking door frame, dude. That's the guy you want to kill.
Into wine as Kayak moves towards blue.
Oh, these is like grouping up though. So
yeah, they're playing it really consolidated. Like, smart.
For DarkZero, this one should be.
I say that, but then Skies just walks forward. What?
Decides to peek it anyway, giving Kayak ample time to reposition.
Maybe he's just stealing it from last game, you know? Like, you wanna kill
yeah, this is how you throw rounds, by the way. This is like literally 101 how to throw. Jesus. That would have been ugly.
And they'll take yet another round.
I saw a guy shake his head a little bit there. He's going, nah.
To throw that round, so
not again.
I mean, Skies did earn.
Yeah, look at me. I don't think you I don't think you realized. I mean, I played Siege long enough to know that sometimes Hibana breaches are silent. But on a land build, less likely.
Are Pengu shoes officially known as the Newt boots?
You know, if I got bullshit like that, I would have typed in in-game chat to the people know I'm an idiot. I would have been like, silent breach, you know? I don't want Twitch to be like, fucking idiot.
Is that the noise that it makes when he steps?
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so. It's probably got like a
does he six it?
Like
yeah, he does.
Thing on the bottom that just absorbs the impact and makes that noise.
By the way,
Newt boots.
Percussion boots.
What is chat saying?
This is actually a pretty significant match for DarkZero in the sense that there still exists a small sliver of hope that they make the upper bracket.
That's true.
It's narrow.
Oh, it's Terry and Keto talking about Newt boots.
But totally
it's possible. Or G2 while they're locked.
I'm scared to Google that. I know what I'm doing it. I'm taking the risk.
Yeah, I don't have sound on, so I can't need the casters.
To 9th place, they can't go home, obviously.
Is that a thing?
So,
I Googled it and
for DZ, I guess it is a
to boot New York. I see like black leather boots. They seem aggressive.
If you go into that lower bracket,
oh, it's the name of the product shoes that Riley likes.
Elimination tournament.
Where it comes up at
least.
You
start in the lower bracket.
The hell?
Your run becomes a lot harder, and there's
very little see a fucking nude boot is like the Pengu from Pengu show slapping a fish. Okay.
As they've made it to playoffs.
And I see cowboy boots.
For DZ, you're gonna.
Oh, he called the shoes
he was feeling. He was feeling the nude boots. Oh, okay. It was an analogy. Fair enough.
Anyway, so. Yeah,
something about Kai.
Pretty good stuff.
Okay. Okay.
And. Yeah,
I thought it was a legit conversation about an actual nude boot, but okay.
For them, even if they,
the shoes that Kayak has to fill the nude boots.
But it's I don't know that they're gonna go that far as to getting at the upper.
Jesus.
It looks like it's gonna be a Solarium.
Nah, I DM'd Kayak when he got announced the team, and I said that he shouldn't worry about filling my shoes by creating his own shoe, and it's the same kind of story that Kayak and T2 has been trying to make for him, and I think that's the right way. You can't put anyone in that position of replacing
when there is some kind of
someone like that.
Anywhere that's not the site, DarkZero is usually the one winning on that.
G2 kind of needs this round to bounce back. If not, I do expect a timeout, possibly.
Yeah,
I think you want to take it sooner than later if you're G2 at least.
Chalet, this event has not been this defend-decided.
No, it hasn't. It has not.
It really hasn't.
I believe FaZe is the head-to-head.
I swear I see someone in chat put that it was like 25% of defense. It's like 25% defense rounds won.
Yeah, there was only one map or one bomb shot that was defender side. That was Kitchen, I believe.
It's entirely
I
possible.
think
that was only because of BDS and when Shiro had like a 50-shot angle with
Yeah, I know. I see that angle.
Dude, he just has like a full line of sight all the way through the fireplace with Frost's like
Yeah.
laser beam of a gun.
I know, because it was G2 that he destroyed with that angle, dude. Well, I'll watch the clip after this extreme. Thank you.
So far, they're in a weaker spot than they have been on previous rounds.
Okay, okay. G2 bouncing back. Nate, oh.
NJR repositions because the frag grenade goes off on the stairs, and now
NJR is dirty with it.
That was a nice
It was.
hit. Like that was.
Yeah, he had a nice flick on Cafe as well. He also missed that flick, but it looked cool.
Has been the worst site, which
NJR was pretty
very
cracked.
different from North America.
Oh, what? He actually flicked that. What?
And it's
What?
like it's
It was
gonna be
off the
a
screen.
very round for G2 as NJR goes down.
Okay,
One for mid, so no
1v4,
flawless.
Castle.
Oh, worst gun in the game. Shotgun. Ah!
The shotgun, not gonna happen. His citizens
It's
will get
over.
to rotate.
It's over,
There you
man.
go. G2 will take the round. Their first
That's why
one.
you always reload all your guns. You know, gotta check.
Yep. I mean, if you play smoke for long enough, you'll never make the mistake of not reloading. Because once you swap that weapon, you need the
Here is
bullets.
the math, by the way, for DarkZero to make it.
The amount of times I've switched to the shotgun, like that's like
Yeah, like
pull the thing back.
cock it, yeah.
Or they're going to be playing up against
Yeah, that's a mistake you don't make very many times, hopefully. But if you do,
the ceiling
it's
to
all
get
over.
in right now is 5 points. Team Liquid and FaZe are currently sitting in 3rd and 4th, respectively. Liquid is on 5 points. FaZe
DC
is
keeps
on 4
picking off
points.
the Valkyrie,
In the
trying to force the
head-to-head
IQ,
against
and he just doesn't.
DZ
Oh, there we go. I see that,
lost.
but they got
Obviously
IQ.
not the result that they wanted.
Need a
Wait, did
pause.
If you look at
Yeah,
their
but
result
Citizens
against
just picked it
Liquid,
straight up.
Oh,
they
okay.
also lost. So the thing is
Ben's
that with
PC
DZ,
crashed. Oh my
Wait, two
god.
people's
to win
PC
both of their
crashed.
games,
Yeah,
and
true.
T1 and
And
FaZe
Jake, yeah.
need to lose
Okay.
their remaining games. Coming
Both
up, Liquid is
PC.
going to be playing 1, and Furia is going to be playing
This is
FaZe.
the classical
Furia sitting
G2
at
tactical
3
timeout that we
points.
see here. The
They
PC
still have
crash
2 more
technique.
matches to go.
All you
Here's
need
another
is to
one.
shove the PC hard enough with your
So we now
leg,
have another rehost
and then
right away.
short
Back
shortages, you
to
know?
As we take a brief pause and we get the match set up yet
Thank you,
again.
Mata.
I know in League, if
The
there's an
map
actual
is as
tech pause,
It
you
doesn't
straight up
matter
are
what
not allowed to
Liquid
talk.
does, but
Yeah,
Liquid
yeah.
You
needs
cannot
to
talk, and I think
defeat
that's how it should be in Siege
Team
too.
one
Like,
Yeah.
if there's a
right on
tech
the
pause, you
offset.
have to sit there and fucking
Team
silence.
one
It can be used as like a
versus
timeout.
DZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
By the way.
You can't just be like accidentally just, you know, kick out the power socket or pull out a cable or some shit with your foot.
I mean,
Yeah.
and just
you've been
crush
on
it.
one for a while now, Parker.
That's a good point,
Team
actually.
1 beat DZ. So
Yeah, League is super strict because I've
Liquid
seen
needs
many
to
times in the
beat
past, at
Team
least,
1.
where they've
That's
sat there for like
step
5,
number
10 minutes and like
If Team 1
silent.
loses
Yeah.
to Team 1,
Yeah.
that's the ball game.
Does he have that
DZ needs
that
to beat
chrono break
G2
thing, right? Where they have
Yeah.
where they can go
and
back in time
Furia.
in the game?
Yeah, I mean, they've multiple times, like a player will have reported like a game-breaking bug. They'll go back and they'll see what actually happened and they'll confirm if it's like a player bug or a game bug, you know?
Yeah.
In order for
It's
DZ
kinda
to
cool.
make the top
And then
4,
like if they gotta fix something, they'll just chrono shift it so like it's a whole new game. Like same goals, same items, but they can fix that one defining issue. Or go back in time to before it happened and replay that moment.
So it is
Super cool.
possible.
That's like every esports game's dream, that you can just set up the scenario where the game crashed. Like say it's 1v1 or post-planned, or
in order for
in
DZ
Siege you just do a
to make
full-on
that upper
rehost for the round.
Yes,
And then
it's
one team was
basically
heavily favored to
very
win.
unlikely.
That's it.
Not impossible, just improbable.
Yeah, I'm so
And
sad that either Cloud9 or
again,
Caddy's going home,
I
dude.
would-
They're
I
actually
would
both my
say-
favorite teams. They
I would say
brought out the
Score,
stupid
DZ
shit.
are
I would rather have
probably
CAC go
lower bracket.
go
That's
further, to be
my
honest, just
opinion
because
here,
they
and
bring the
there's
most
a
stupid
possibility
stuff.
to get the upper bracket. I just don't.
And I'll
Just
play the
no.
clip on stream real quick
Yeah,
about
anyway,
the boots here.
interrupt you, Parker, by the way. So we heard you were talking about how Kayak has to fill Pengu shoes, and I was just wondering, are Pengu shoes officially known as the Newt? And
I need to get a drink.
I feel like
Starts killing
it's
me.
painful. I think
Okay.
the players, especially Parker, because
Newt
you gotta
boots.
think about it, make the sound when he walks. They've had such a weird couple of days, you know, failures and successes.
Jesus Christ,
backs
dude.
and forths.
I would imagine so.
And
It's
now
probably
they
got
find
like a-
themselves, both G2 and
like a
DZ
squishy
find
thing on the
themselves at
bottom
the
that
end
just
of their
absorbs the
run.
impact.
Like a
DZ got
dog
one
toy.
more set.
By the way-
It's the last one for G2.
Crushing boots.
End of the run.
Oh my
and
god.
They're just
Jesus,
pausing
dude.
for the speed bumps.
All right, Parker and Kicks. All right. We've made it onto the Invitational stream officially, I suppose, but in the worst way possible.
Number one, you can never really
because we have the
into
new
a groove.
boots,
If you're
apparently.
a player who's hitting their shots, you feel warmed up,
Very
you're
nice.
in the zone, etc.
Very nice.
Well, you're going to get shaken out of that, whether you like it or not. Especially annoying
Hi,
when the
yeah.
problems are out of your control.
Yeah, I saw Kentis and Kai's
We don't
glasses.
know
Yeah, they're
what
fucking up
tech
because of the
issues
mask.
are befalling this matchup.
They're
at all.
down
We don't know
bad.
what the issue is. We don't know why we've required a couple
Down
of
bad.
breaks and technical pauses.
So in one day we'll make our return to an event when COVID is over, and I'll try and sneak my way backstage. You know, if the security stops me, like, do you not know who I am? Do you see that video? That is my facer. You better let me in. And I'll talk my way onto backstage, and I'll just walk out in the middle. And then I'll probably get locked up somewhere, but still, it'll be worth it. Be worth it. Thank you, Mongees, for the 19 months closing in on 2 years.
From the
Thank
camera
you.
position that we have right now,
Thank
that
you.
something is going wrong with Citizen's computer. As
I
we
hate
saw
when there's a
tech
PC
head on
crash.
over
It
in
takes
that
so
direction,
long
and
to
Citizen's
like
been standing for some
gotta
time.
boot the game and
I'm gonna
rehost.
say
And
it. If Citizen doesn't show up,
Kento's
the chances of G2 winning
cuddling
any
himself
match
again.
here
God
for
damn
the
it,
remainder
Kento.
of SI are very slim.
You're on stream.
So if something is going wrong on his end, they really need to make sure that it's fixed.
Yeah.
I will say though, the
Parker mentioned
Adidas
at the,
did a pretty
very
good job with the
beginning of this
branding.
matchup, Citizen
It's
is
kinda
by
sad.
far and
Like the
away
same
top
month I
performer
retired,
for G2. Like, it's
we
not
got
even
the
close.
whole new
He finds
Adidas
himself,
Pro kit. Like the
amongst
jacket,
serious,
the arm
players,
sleeve,
like
the jersey,
Adamau and
the
Fultz
socks.
and
We
Ness
got
and
compression
Lenz,
underwear,
Cameraman,
compression
all the way up to the
undershirt.
top of the
We got it all.
statistically.
We got our own
So Citizen
Adidas
is the
masks,
one true hope
right?
for G2, or at least
I
that's how
retired.
he has been,
I never got to use it.
How he has appeared through this tournament
very
so
sad.
far. And hopefully whatever it is
Very, very
that's
sad.
going on with his computer, which again we don't know, gets ironed out and everything's fine and we can get back into the game.
Dude,
What we do know
I'm surprised that nobody from
is
DC
that,
would use the sleeve. I think they have a sleeve.
I think the players are kind
Maybe
of
they don't.
I
think they do.
They're having a good time with this one. I'm
Obviously,
sure
it's
they're
personal
laughing it up
preference.
about
Most
these technical
players don't
issues.
use
I
the
know
sleeve, but
when you're a player in that position, you're just like, oh yeah, we get to wait. Hey, this is fun. It's always a
have.
little bit
Okay.
of
Oh, Sky's using a hex sleeve.
um,
They're pretty popular.
a little bit of jokes that'll be tossed around
XCG.
in these situations.
Well, the start off was 2-1
Benefit of a
in
sleeve,
favor of DarkZero.
you have
That's the
less
first site
friction,
rotation
like
in
surface
books,
friction,
and, well,
as you're
for
swiping on the
G2,
mouse
I
pad.
suppose this is time
It's
for you to
especially
discuss
nice
what's
in a
going on.
humid
We're
environment,
getting word
especially
that
if
there
you
was
have a
some
mouse
being swapped out
that
on
has the
Citizen's side
sponge
of
effect,
things,
where if there's humidity in the air,
waiting to see
the mouse mat becomes like more
what's
dense
gonna happen and,
and
what the
more
possible time frame is for that.
like a
I do know
wet-ish surface, like it's full of like
That's not a good
humidity, and it gets more drag on the mouse mat and the
Virtue
surface.
just took off his
That's where it's really
headphones.
nice.
We're getting a couple of other people taking off their heads.
So if you play in like if you play on a
that's
mouse
a good
mat that
sign,
is not
Parker.
waterproof,
Oh, I think he took his headphones
to
off to take
speak.
off his mask, did he not?
then a
yeah,
sleeve is
maybe,
very
maybe.
nice.
He's putting it back on. Oh,
So
is it
Where's the
happening?
trench
was
supposed to
asked,
be?
by the
Trench
way,
is in the
by somebody
basement,
in
get your
chat,
James.
and
If you
my
look at the wine
understanding
cellar
of
area, you go
sanitation
out the
and
wine
health
cellar door, you look to your
protocols
right.
that are there is
There's
that
a bunch
the
of
team is
boilers in that
quarantining
small
together,
corridor that peaks
which means that
inwards,
they
and
are
the
around
door
one another.
outside is
They
trench,
don't need
where there's
the
like a
mask on
staircase that
for
slurves
each
up.
other. However,
That is
when
trench.
an admin or a tech is present from outside
Is
of the
infinite
bubble,
overtime still a
that's
thing
when the
during
masks have to
playoffs
go
or
on. And I've
finals?
noticed this
Only
a
in
couple times
finals,
in
Sion.
previous
Only
matchups.
in finals.
Especially chat has asked this question: Why do they have masks on?
We should be starting
Well,
shortly.
your
The
answer.
players seems to have their
admins
headset
that
on
usually
and should be
stand behind their
loading and
desks or
booting
are
in.
present in the room are instead doing
What
this
mouse
work
is Mr.
remotely
NGR using?
instead
Is
of
that a
being on
super light?
site because of the regulations involving safety of all
It has a
players
white
safety
and
of
black
all
mouse
staff.
wheel,
And
just like
obviously,
mine does, so I believe
Ubisoft
that's a
and
super
ESL
light
have gone
based
to
off the mouse wheel.
extraordinary measures to
But
make
it's
sure
black
that
on
this
black,
runs
so I
as
can't see
smoothly as
anything but the
possible.
mouse
So
wheel from my angle
limiting
here.
the amount of person-to-person contact that can happen in these rooms is paramount.
Would you call the
That's why
right
masks
one a
are
wine
on,
trench
because
breach?
while you can do remote work as an admin,
Are
can't
you asking
exactly
what I
swap
would
out
call it if I
cables or
would
fix
call it the right
PC
wall?
remotely
We call it
if
boiler or
it's
like
a,
pipes, I think
if
it
it's
is.
a hardware issue.
I don't know, we call that like that entire section. Alright, match has
Dining.
resumed. We are back in the game.
Best
It is
site for this
2-1 in
tournament.
favor of DarkZero.
And, it
And
comes
they are
back for
opting now
DarkZero,
for
as
a
Parker
kick
talked
defense.
about. We saw the cycle end. The first cycle.
Pirate just said
for the
ESL instead of
defensive
Face
half.
It. Yeah, because
That's the
ESL
first
is the
quarter.
ones hosting
the
this
wording.
event, not Face It.
Now we go into the second, so we'll see how
ESL is
G2
doing invitationals,
adapts to the
FYI.
last time DZ defended this site. What
It is
happened?
ESL.
G2 was attacking this site last time. was
Feral.
G2 fell upon the
No,
rovers.
I'm back.
On
Did you know that this event is actually ran by ESL and not FACEIT?
Many
I did
players
actually, because I seen Pojo make a fucking joke tweet about having like 8 months worth of FACEIT communication. They go straight back to shitty ESL.
Oh, yeah, I actually saw the tweet as well.
They didn't even fully clear out the top floor.
Somebody in chat wasn't aware. I was curious if you
DZ
knew.
managed to finish them off upstairs.
Yeah.
I
don't know why they still use ESL, dude.
I think there was a reason for it that made sense, but I can't think of it. Because you would think that they would give it to FACEIT, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could just be that maybe FACEIT has like not done a great job or whatever. I don't know. Because as far as I'm aware, it's like an exclusive contract they have. So them going to ESL is kind of wild because they would FACEIT now.
Yeah, it's kind of like a stab in the back.
Yeah, it kind of is.
For the biggest event of the year, they run the leagues to qualify for it.
I mean, it could certainly be COVID related. That's a good point, chat. It certainly could.
Okay, well, Kanto just...
They can't just rappel in and take shit. Oh,
that
is close.
I mean, Min should just fall down, no?
Yeah, run back like he is the piano. Or stay. That works too.
I mean, he's got big balls, like, holy shit.
Now it's time to leave, my guy. You don't want to stay here.
Run, dude,
He probably thinks the big window guy is still there, so if he runs back, he gets caught.
Yeah.
But the big window guy was Uno, I think.
Top floor roam is all about that delay.
Or
Kayak.
Actually,
It's Uno or Kayak.
Yeah.
But they're both there, actually.
Exactly. So
he'll need to fall back.
Mint is
He might
not
actually
moving,
try to
dude.
stay there though.
He's
Very
still-
dangerous if he chooses to.
I just run. Just take the big window risk, dude. You're not surviving here.
Take the risk,
Misses
man.
from Uno, hitting in the northeast corner of the bathroom.
Wait, maybe? Wait, oh, the top. Oh, hiya! What?
Gunfight, dude.
And Uno misses every shot.
Oh, he's not dead. Okay.
Oh, my head.
It did. And then
Uno must have whiffed. I mean, he did whiff everything because Mint is not dead yet. He's 1 health.
Has he got a smoke grenade left? No, okay.
That's gonna be a flash peek. He doesn't even turn! Kayak! Mint was flashed and Kayak's like, fuck! What? And now NGR just walks into them as well.
What if I just win? What is that round?
Why didn't Mint flick the flashbang?
We'll see what they can
I mean, maybe they thought they would peek with the flashbang, but I don't know.
This is the structured NA content I want to see, dude. You can just see the structure, dude. Oh my god.
Imagine what Kayak was thinking. He white peeks him, he just sees a smoke shotgun, he's like, fuck! And then he peeks the pre-firing.
Dude, he doesn't look away from the flashbang. He just commits.
Would be a massive victory for them.
Surely when you see the flashbang pop, you run at the door, right? That would be my instinct, at least.
I mean, I assume that Mint just thought they would flashbang then peek like the Shaiko thing, and then just hoped for it. Oh, Hyper! Last guy's vertical, you saw him earlier. 10 seconds left, Defuser in hand.
I think they had him above.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on the hatch.
I mean, they can just spread out. They don't even gotta fight this. They can play time. Uno doesn't even drop for it. Okay.
DarkZero takes 3 rounds.
I hate it when people don't try to win.
Yeah, I mean, you had 7 seconds left, maybe more earlier on, but like, you just dropped the hatch. It's impossible, sure, but you do it.
Overall,
You try. You will become a legend. Look at this. The double shotgun whiff, Uno whiffs.
What happened there?
They didn't show the flashbang part.
Kayak's peak.
I'm still amazed that Uno was still not the first one to have done. It was Kayak instead.
Yeah. That is a good point. If you face a shotgun like that, you probably want to send Uno first.
I don't know.
Then you kill him when he's like cocking the next
Yeah.
shot.
I am so confused.
That's a good
right
point.
now.
That would be a much better trade-off, actually.
Strategically, G2 cleared out top floor. Good
Ella. Oh.
Oh, okay. Is it shotgun though?
I was gonna ask, is it the shotgun?
But it also
Pistol out, maybe?
Both teams
He has
just
a
kind of
shield.
played it awkwardly and poorly.
It's
So it ended up
shotgun,
going
dude.
like
What do you mean? What do you mean? Of course he has a shield.
G2 gets the control
Wait, what
though,
else
and they
does he
don't
have,
actually
actually?
manage to do a whole lot
Doesn't-
with it
with
because
the
they
barbed
lost
wire,
too
no?
much manpower
Barbed
at
wire.
that
Yeah.
point.
I'm pretty sure.
And transitioning
Like, you
to the
always
exit
pick
to the
shield
side,
because
they
it's
only
just
had,
better,
like,
so I
20,
think it's
30
barbed
seconds
wire.
left. It's not gonna happen.
And with their gadget being the way it is, I mean, that is the barbed
I really
wire.
hope that it is not.
He still hasn't shown his weapon.
Chose the shotgun, dude.
I mean, it could be that he's hiding the shotgun for the Jones.
To be fair, I used to always run around with
You
the
should
pistol when I
just
played
take the
Zealous.
leg-
And they've yet to put up a single
put
win
him
on it. They came
over there.
close against Team 1, and it was a
Look, cute.
brutally entertaining matchup on the very first day of groups. If anybody recalls, it was actually G2's very first
My chat
game.
can hear you.
It was the second game on the stream.
Yeah.
It was 8-6
Yes, they
in
can.
favor of Team 1.
No, it is because I
next time that
changed
they
it for
played
this cast.
It was a bit of an
Yeah, I
embarrassing
did.
outing. They decided to take
yes, we can. Yep.
their colleagues, if you want to call it that,
okay.
of BDS to Chalet.
Sadly, we can.
7-1
Nope.
in favor
No, I made it
of
super
BDS.
sensitive. People heard me eat earlier. Like, can you fuck? Somebody was like, can you finish eating? I don't want to hear you chew anymore. I was like, fuck, I forgot I changed it.
With the sample size that we have.
No, I mean, it doesn't. And honestly, it doesn't really... It's not much of a map for DZ either. I don't know. I'd say that overall,
the last one?
Chalet is an awkward map for both of these teams. And it is the
Shall I
same
fix my
for
tripod from
every
last night's
team
photo
at
shoot?
SI. I think it's part of why we've seen such a vast difference in the stats here when compared to the norm.
Yeah, it's a bit
Early
stiff,
on,
but it's
Citizen gets hyper, so there's your top performer done away with.
Alright, round commences.
A lot of the pressure falling on the rest of DZ now as they attempt to hold the roam clear on the top floor.
The other thing too is if you just simply look at the sides now, G2 coming
Is
alive
this the
on
common
a
thing with
minute
DZ, just to
in?
walk
Two
into
members
the
of
enemy?
DarkZero are off
I mean,
board, and JR
NJR's done it 2 rounds in a row now, right?
obviously with the
So
start of the
I
show.
don't know.
Skies
not
on
gonna
that
be able to
first
really do
round,
too much here.
and then Hyper died
Nazi
somewhere,
pass
and
will
NGR just
remain,
walked
but
into that
all
guy and just
secondary
wanted to
gadget
die,
weaponry is
I
gone.
guess.
It might just be like a DC approach, like G2 struggles with entry. Let's just like face them. Instead of they feel like they're boxed in and just gotta lash out, but I don't know.
Where did Hyper die? I still don't see his body anywhere.
I think he might have either spawn peeked or just gotten. He must have died early on, so.
They only had 2 opportunities to go on to
Might
attack.
have died peeking the trophy window, actually. That's where he was.
My
last round.
girlfriend Danish? No, she's American. American.
This is taking a long
Yeah, it's
time
possible.
for G2
Plausible.
to clear out the non-existent
the breaches
roamers.
are-
You still
they
have
have the-
one person offside, I
pushing
believe, for DZ.
Trench side, but
but
they open snowmobile.
They're nowhere near.
Yeah, just a
where
split
the
pressure,
clear
old
is
school
happening
Chalet, I
on,
think.
G2's side. This is
Just
weird.
make a small
I guess
control.
they're trying to be
Hack has
cautious.
left, though,
They
but
have
Hack
actually
is
spotted that roamer. It's
killing the
Eclipse,
guy
and they
above.
will shut him
Okay.
down.
Yep.
Wow, just like that.
Hey,
Eclipse
this
takes
is
no
actually
one with
looking
him.
really good.
Yeah.
Doesn't even waste
Much
very
better
much
on
time.
T2.
How is G2 gonna
And
fuck this up,
now,
though?
absolutely monumental
Normally
advantage
they lose
G2
2v5. They don't
having
lose
on the
2v5.
executing the site.
They can throw 2.5 body each person and still win. Skies finds 1, now it's 2v4. I still stand by it. It is not... Oh, no, Mid gets called here. Oh, if he hadn't popped the smoke, actually, he might have gotten Citizen or
Yeah,
Kayak.
if he whipped up the shotgun and
Yeah.
then just like went for
I don't think smoke grenade there is the play, because you die regardless, but
was a potential
3-2.
3-3 split for G2.
Well, that round actually, even though it was 2
I mean, I would
versus
say
5,
even if
could have been a lot
DarkZero
worse
takes the
for
3-3 side
G2.
split, I still think I'm
They
okay
did
with
commit a
that.
lot
Like
of
if I'm
time to clearing out the
DarkZero.
Yeah.
roamers, but it worked out for them.
I mean,
They
this
didn't
map is
lose any
so
bodies on that
attack-sided.
clear. That's
Like,
the most
it's
important
actually
difference
crazy.
between
That
that
smoking
round
it
and
was
many of the
Christian,
other
but he
rounds
could've
that
gotten
G2
one
has
more.
been putting up so far.
He could have got 2. Like 2 came down the main stairs,
If
right?
this
Yeah.
manages
Skies
to
was
go
beating that
3-3,
guy
that's
in
still
blue.
very
Yeah, but
comfortable.
Skies lost the gunfight.
No
Blue, so
stress
he had
there.
died regardless.
Um,
But it had
but
Skies gotten the blue guy, that would have been
it's,
passing
if
the round.
It goes for 4-2,
sure.
G2
It would have
are
been like a
backs against the
1v1,
wall.
1v2 maybe on the
Yeah.
guy on main
round here
stairs.
for
Yeah,
G2
would have been
the
for sure.
last one of the first half.
Obviously, I don't want to dive too deep into the rabbit hole of expectations on G2's side, but we've already talked
You're
about
right,
it a lot.
blasting
It's
music in
entirely
the living
possible
room.
that G2 is playing here to...
Transfer volume a tiny bit. He's kind of loud for me,
strats.
but I can for you.
Hey, we've lost Chalet twice. This match
You
really
should be
doesn't matter
loud.
that much for us.
Now.
Let's go to Chalet and just...
What's
get
IQ for?
God's
IQ
map.
is just simply in case DarkZero
and
6
maybe
picks the
try to
Valkyrie.
iron some things out.
G2
I
has
would
to
say
respect
that
the
that's a more
possibility
likely
because it's not
argument
banned.
if G2 were doing well, but
If the Valkyrie
I'm
was banned, they would
Chaz,
never pick the
I am
IQ, I don't think.
exceptionally unhappy with
I mean,
my team's
it's not the
performance
West,
so
right? You
far,
see where the
and I am not
ADSs
taking
are?
a single match
Yeah,
out.
Vigil if they
gun,
play
range
it.
charges.
Every single one.
Yeah, it's a really good pick.
Iron
G8.
out the deficiencies and iron out the issues that G2 has shown thus far.
Because DarkZero, they were
You've said
6
it,
picking
everyone's going
off
to-
the
everyone's
Valkyrie
gonna
the
echo
first
it.
couple rounds,
too
and if
late.
G2 stops
Already
playing
locked in
IQ, then
the
DarkZero will
saving
6 pick
strats
onto it.
assertion.
So
It's done
DarkZero
now.
is trying to keep track of, is Citizen bringing IQ around, and if he is, we're not gonna pick the IQ because it's a trap, you know?
Don't take my
So they're basically forcing G2 to run an operator that they don't need,
I'm not the one
but that they would
doing
rather
it.
have than not have in case of the Valkyrie.
I'm not a fan of where they put their
I
Goyo
feel
shields
your
compared
pain,
to normal
Parker, but
shields.
it's, you know,
Like
it's-
if there's the guy playing
you
on that
done did
piano
it,
with
and
that
it's-
Goyo
it's
shield
done.
instead of just a normal shield, he's
Oh.
fucked.
Yeah.
Big window
If there was a
repel,
normal
you
shield,
get
he
a
can
freebie
throw.
here.
Okay. No cheeky window planes Uno around
Wait,
this
that wall,
block.
that wall's soft into fireplace.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is a master
Oh, this is
defense now.
very aggressive.
Yeah, I've seen this before,
I mean, there's
actually.
very few favorable sites for the defense so far.
think just to
DarkZero's
establish,
made
like,
it
more
work,
angles.
going with this first pick, and it
Dude, do you think if you
snowballed.
opened all of that
was
soft,
with
you know the
first
soft
30
wall that goes
seconds of
in-
Oh,
action.
that wall is soft as well. Oh, I didn't see that.
Not
Oh,
too
okay,
bad,
okay.
and good timing
But I
for
think
them
if you have a guy on
to
that shield
peel off
and
Uno
thingy, you
from
can like
this
see all the way
execute.
through
Now,
onto
since
the window.
rehost,
Yeah.
he
To
hasn't
jump
really
in
been that
into the
impactful in
fireplace.
terms of the
I don't know if they
scoreboard. And
opened
there's a
that
sledge
line
on
of
this
sight or
site
not. No,
where
no,
maybe
No, they
your
didn't.
best friend. If
That could be like a sick crossfire though. Like from all the way back in Master, and you have a guy on that shield on piano, and you can deny them jumping in the window on the office balcony.
Yeah, actually, I guess it must be that.
Well, you've got
Then they have a shield on both office and piano to like assist it, and then
Can I
yeah.
just say really quickly, I love this strategy from DZ. The way they left the wall soft. The
Only thing is there was no holes in the wall, so there was no angle. But
with a rook.
wait, we're halfway there.
It could be, dude.
Yeah, it could be.
Here is just because of that 2x optic.
Yeah, that Gary position's in a really good spot to deny the plan too.
Difficult angle to play as a defender unless you have the 2x.
The late window. He definitely had that.
I think it's really innovative and
made too much noise.
It's cool.
I actually barricaded the window again too. That's so annoying as Citizen.
Because right now they're a man down. Lost those nades like you talked about, so the soft destruction is.
Oh, I thought he died because the guy below.
Yeah, I swear he's getting shot by the guy.
Yeah, he was.
But they're planting.
They got the bomb down.
Okay, worth.
DC doesn't have any info, but the thing is, the post plant here is it's okay.
You can deny. You can stop the post plants from all the way back in library if you've opened up the wall. Or he can't die. Ben cannot die here.
Is the clock, and that one is G2.
No, he does.
NJR now finished. As from above, on repel, Citizen is just too much.
Yeah, look where
Virtuous.
He's all the way back in library denying the plan.
With both these walls open, it's hard. Oh, wait.
Oh,
revive min, and then you gotta make a play for you. Yeah, now that's his dive. Walk up the stairs. Defuse.
I see him.
Oh, he picks early.
He gets red perfectly.
He can wallbang it. He can wallbang it.
Will give information. More going now.
Oh! Last second. That was close. I think that was 0 point something.
Holy
4K
shit.
for Virtue, pistol out
That was-
with just
that
a
was too
sliver
close,
of
dude.
time left on that disable, and he manages it. And it's
very,
all
very,
thanks
very
to
close.
the information that Virtue had.
Yeah, I
There
think
was a
the
drone
guy coming up
somewhere in the
5 his
main lobby
stairs
that was
should have probably
calling
waited
out
like
that
another
post
2
plan.
seconds because
The
we just started
entirety
defusing.
Of his pull from library. Beautiful stuff for Virtue. You love to see rounds like that.
0.076.
And he's coming in big for
Okay.
G2.
Okay.
Not for him.
Yeah.
That would have been
a bit
DZ
close.
round.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things that
close.
contributed to that, though.
0.06?
The use of
wait,
the
can I get it
Habana
any-
Extyros to open up
if I
the
slow it down
reinforced
even
wall,
more.
preventing the strategy from
0.068.
DZ
Wow.
working to work.
0.068 and he dies.
That's what I was trying to say.
Holy
I don't know
shit.
why it was so difficult, but that's what it
Yeah.
is. So because they opened up that wall,
As I said,
DZ was
Fireplace
not
guy
prepared for,
took a
and
little
were
bit
able to
longer to
plan
come up.
out
Maybe
Yeah, exactly.
would have bought more
JR's
time,
line of
but
sight.
that was
Remember,
very
that's the
close.
Rook playing from
Also,
Master.
that
was
guy who was just
basically a
stood in the
free
middle of
plan.
library was
It's
looking
weird
the
to me that
complete
DZ
wrong
doesn't
direction.
have
Yeah, I
any
mean, it's
other
hard because there's 2
contingencies
holes to
aside
hold, right?
from a Rook
That was
holding
like, if
long
one of those
defuse.
walls were
That is-
reinforced, maybe it would have been
that is a
better
big
off.
risk to take, but first half done.
Jaken's
3-3,
shooting stuff
and
at
that still
last
does favor
second while they're
DZ.
defusing is like, that's his thing, you know?
Yeah.
It really is. It's BDS theme park all over again.
He's just limit testing, you know?
Yeah, he really is limit testing.
The answer is no. These are
How far can I stretch it?
players. No,
You want me to make a joke about Hyper?
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
I thought you didn't want me to.
You know, if they had a
make it
spare
more.
reinforcement,
And they reinforced that
yeah, I would have loved that. Holy shit.
I don't. That's your thing.
They didn't.
That'd
They,
be
did,
so troll.
they didn't have a spare. I checked before the round played out, but if they did,
Our thing, comrade.
That'd be
Really
so
your
troll,
thing.
dude. The
You're the one who
post-plant
came up with it.
reinforcement thing.
Yeah.
Never
Oh, right,
seen
yeah,
before.
I forgot
that
about
would have been a record.
Anyway, switching sides, you look at the outcome right now, and that score will tell you an awful lot. These teams have traded back and
I didn't
forth.
think you
Some
grapple
rounds
here,
have been
actually.
so
That's kinda
dominant for one or the other.
The entire
Monumental
roof is like-
clutch
Yeah.
from Virtue,
Yeah.
picking up 4 kills in particular, and what was a 1v3 to seal the deal
Ooh.
for his team.
You even hit him.
Comes very close.
I think
to
it
being
was
able to get a
the hard
penetration
wall, right?
kill through
I think he was.
the
You think he was like past it on the
Yeah.
other side? Yeah, he might have been.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kill
He
for
did.
NJR.
This hold is. I actually like this hold.
He'll keep trying with his
I
drone
don't like
scouting
this.
out
I
library.
don't like the zero pick.
I like the use
Zero's
of the zero here
interesting.
for Eclipse.
I don't
Re-
think it
It's
gives you
definitely really
anything.
good when you can
I
get
mean,
one
it
of
gives
those
you info,
cameras
that's about it,
somewhere
right?
that the defense just does
You're not really gonna
expect.
clear anything. There's no Goyo.
Get a lot of useful information.
There's no like. There's nothing on the board that they can clear.
He's got the hard breach device
Not
as well.
great
Like,
though for DZ. A lot of time spent. They know where the roamers are.
Might
They
just
have,
be a
like, an
flex pick.
approximate
Like, yeah, you see, like, he's
understanding
keeping
of the
track of
roamers'
multiple
location,
areas.
so, yeah.
piano and such. They haven't been able to get the
Ninja
picks
in.
yet that they need.
Oh my
though.
god,
Yeah.
this
They're
guy's
running
no.
low
This
on
Oh,
time.
he does
That's
not
the
know.
one that they needed right there. Virtue leaves himself
So
exposed.
that's what you get for denying us that last round, boy.
Kanto's super late on the refragging gets caught out because of it. He got shot from the. I think it was the like the hallway window.
They're looking
He got
pretty
shot
good on
from.
this attack.
Uno could be the next one up. I like how G2 responded to that to try and refrag. It's been a historical.
Yeah, NA plays a lot of Zero, I've heard as well, but EU really doesn't. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw Zero in EU. Actually, I think Kovana. Some team in Europe plays it. I think maybe like Kovana.
I think it might be Kovana. They love the fucking weird picks, dude.
They'll be able to sweep in on the top floor. The only roamer that's holding that position upstairs is.
I think Navi plays on the cafe. I'll believe that actually, but I think Kovana is like the team.
The thing is that the longer that Citizen
Ben is dead.
Oh, Ben is yeah.
Dude,
yeah. Normally Ben just takes the fight, but he was busy with that drone. I think if NJR became like, you know, he is playing really like aggressive Inchi right now, and I think if he actually mastered that style, I think it could fit him.
They have info on the guys above, but they're not shotgunning anyone. Like, look at that yellow ping on Thermite, but there's no shotgunning.
Kayak could probably make work of it. Oh, Uno's better.
Nice. They have the info on the other guy.
It's all alone. No lion scan.
No C4 as well. This is so rough. He's getting pinged from the zero cam actually, I think.
And you said zero wishes.
Well, shit,
they know everything.
I'll take it back, dude. Zero.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the zero cams off, and they don't just like die, you get a lot of side info or like map info.
I have to say that round,
because like the map is so open that I don't feel like Nomad and Gridlock will do anything for you really.
This is an attacker-sided map, so I expect
so many staircases and flanks and verticality and
over the next couple rounds, given the fact that the attackers should have an abundance of confidence. Additionally, the only thing from G2 that could possibly hinder DarkZero at the moment is an Ash ban, but DZ have gone with a bit of an unconventional lineup in comparison to other
7
maps,
kills.
bringing a Zero, a Yana, and a Lion.
Oh,
Yana has very firmly worked her way into the meta during SI.
I think there's a rehost, right? So he's probably on more.
Yeah, he must have been. Yeah, he must have been.
There's certain bomb sites where you could even argue that you don't even need a
oh no.
to put
oh no, Feral.
on the defenders.
Mint picked the Blitz.
Just pick Monty.
DC had such a great round, and I fear that the Blitz will change things up not in their favor. I could be wrong. My counter argument though for myself is that G2 has been playing really front heavy. So if they could just use the Blitz in the early game, and then get the advantage with that, maybe it works.
Instead of a Lion, they're going to bring another very intriguing, somewhat mad.
G2 is a very experienced Blitz team. Like they know how to play with it and against it. So I don't think it's necessarily a great play against them.
Yeah, Blitz is one of the predominant.
I guarantee you, he dies instantly.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
He just gets arm shot off and injured and dies.
Imagine you run against Kento or Citizen. Your shoulder is dead in like 0.2 seconds.
And I expect him to make some magic happen here. I've seen Mint ace with Blitz in professional play.
Maybe people don't pick Zero anymore because he doesn't have
like a 1
fragments.
versus 4.
Oh, it's Clubhouse. I remember that.
Yeah, I loved it because he's actually works so well with it.
Same with IQ. He was like
same
an
with
IQ. He was like an IQ sort of, you know. If IQ had frags and Zero, I can see both of them being easily slotted in and out of a lineup, right?
Yeah. I fully agree.
Oh.
Okay, that's the fact. That's that. Okay, Blitz for this might actually just be the play. And they can start planting straight away, but there's a softball towards Piano.
He doesn't have the case, though.
Yeah, they gotta get an opening somewhere. Eclipse finds 2, Kayak finds Sky to the C4. Who has Defuser? I don't even know at this point.
Let's get lasered down by
Yep.
Yep.
To be fair, if the wall was hard in towards Piano side, they could have just planted straight off the bat. But that wall being soft made life way too difficult for them.
NJR. Drone work there from Hyper and NJR.
Ideally, if you're DarkZero, you would want to try and get info if that wall is real or not before you choose to do that rush in a perfect world.
They're between a rock
and a refrag onto.
Plenty of players still
I mean, he is, but no, he's not.
Nate. NJR, and he'll get away with that without being punished. He'll even get a second.
Dude, like,
with the big plays.
You take the Monty, yeah. You take the Monty. You smoke the hole. You smoke the door, and you walk into Master with the Monty.
Go deep.
And then you stick the plant just somewhere.
But G2
and you
were
win.
not confined to the walls of
I mean, if you have Monty in that scenario, you could plant straight off the bat as well. If you, like, you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah,
you plant in the doorway. Like,
you can do a lot. I also just think instead of having a guy on Master window repel, or maybe that, but also if you get a guy on the Piano window, like I think that would be big, because then you're cutting like all the rotates, and then your teammates can just focus on like just the Master angle.
That could have been an entirely
now they had Piano door, Master, like bathroom door, and they had the soft wall.
For a play like that, they should have just kept the line.
The goal from G2 was to get back to site at some point.
Or the lion, yeah.
They could have just kept the line.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to pick the Blitz. It's like picking Gridlock, dude. You're asking to lose.
I mean, was there a guy where he ran towards? That would have been a freebie, but there just wasn't anyone there.
Because no one plays there. You don't need anyone in that spot. So
not unless you have like a guy on cameras, right? Like if you play the Valkyrie or Echo.
They ran it earlier today against Cloud9, where you put up a castle barricade and you have a soft wall, and then you put the Aruni gates up with a mirror window inside a bathroom in the top floor cafe. A very intricate setup. Bolo was playing in that spot yesterday in the TSM matchup. And
I will continue to shit on Gridlock until I die.
It's cool
I am with you,
out,
honestly.
if you're going to bring out a new strategy,
I don't see the value.
You're going to do it during the biggest event of the year.
He's just a worst nomad.
Setup just finishing up here for G2. They'll leave.
I mean, usually in Europe, if Nomad's banned, you don't even pick the Gridlock as a compensation. You just don't play any deny. You just do something else.
You just speed up the takes.
Yep.
Gate on it. This is just a roam strategy upstairs, but you can see how heavily G2 is invested into their top 4 presence.
I don't know. Gridlock's like
it's because if you control top 4, you can effectively
semi-interesting operator, but
from
she just doesn't do anything really.
When it comes to kitchen.
Well, that's the thing. When on Secret, we brought Nomad and Gridlock. That's the thing, because there was space on the lineup to bring a Gridlock.
Can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore. You need too much shit.
Actually, every site.
That's the thing. When you're talking about back in Raleigh, there was space on the lineup to fit a Gridlock into it.
That's a hard wall. Right
yeah, I
there,
mean,
by the way.
we always used to have a +1, like literally any operator we could choose. So you could be as dumb as an Amaro, or you could be as good as a Lion. Now, sometimes you have +1s, but even the +1 comes with a slight sacrifice of performance.
The defense
also, they chose to hard schedule that wall, not thermite, which is interesting.
I don't know what the saving the thermite charges for. Like, you got nothing else to use, right?
I mean, you could maybe do office wall and then the hatch if they're both reoed, but I don't know.
Also, Gridlock's got a nasty gun. I'm pretty sure that's why we started playing Gridlock, because Meepy just liked Gridlock's gun, so we just started playing it more.
That's why Uno played it.
Like, it was a comfort pick, right?
I actually like this Zero for this map, seeing how DC uses it. Like Eclipse is sitting like 3 or 4 cameras having full map control. Like, they're not worried about their flank. I actually like it. Obviously, for ranked, this wouldn't work, but for competitive use, this is kind of nice.
He's droning below as well. Like, you can watch all the fireplace. Like, and he's droning the people below.
Yep. Main finds Uno.
Like, surely at this point, you can just go for the execute, right? Like, you have everything.
I think they want verticality. Like, I think they want to get that Sophia vertical done and then execute. They gotta fight off this Goyo first.
This Goyo is so dead.
Should be so dead.
Should be dead.
NJR has nays me.
That's why you don't hold a pixel.
Yeah.
That's why you don't do that.
I mean, if I was Mint, I would hold it like he is now, so that he will run into his crush instead of chasing him. But he finds Kanto regardless, so hey, all good.
But you let the guy with the C4 get away.
Yeah.
And Virtue's running HP from the Goyo shield. Holy shit.
This girl is on fire.
Wait, is there a hatch there, right?
Oh, that's it. This guy's dead. Wait, Kayak. He ran past him? I don't know what I'm confused. I'm confused. I thought Kayak was gonna take the gunfight.
Yeah,
but he ran into Wine Cellar.
Because there's so many things there.
That is
so
not
many mistakes
the
from
play.
both teams.
I guess what he wanted was to C4 through the hatch up in towards dining, because they had info on the guys panting.
The thing was, he was sat there the entire time. He wasn't sat next to the hatch.
Yeah.
Like, he should have just been sat in wine cellar the entire time. There's no reason for him to cross over, right?
I imagine he wanted to be near the Westminster stairs to make either decision, and then as he made his decision, the fucking trench guy comes around.
Now, when Kayak,
I mean, that's my only explanation.
I guess so.
Mint really should have punished him in bathroom.
He was gonna C4 planter?
Really,
yeah, I mean,
that's the reason
I get it.
that window. So that's
it looks weird.
Right?
He's just in the wrong spot.
Kayak gets out of that situation,
the right
goes
spot
back
for
to
what
site,
he was intending to do, I guess.
and then you think to yourself, okay, well, now G2 is falling off the top floor, but puzzlingly, Cantor Raketti stays in Master, and I don't know if it was a straight wall bang or if there was a hole in the wall.
I'm gonna be honest, this whole event, I don't think DZ have won a single round of Blitz. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I don't know if it was information or what have you. It doesn't matter. The point is,
the line is so good.
I do think they're overvaluing the Blitz, especially seeing as Lion was big on the last round.
Leaving for a reason. Either stay or don't.
I mean,
why?
That pick going to mid, that's mistake number 2.
It's hard, right? Because either let's say they pick Blitz and Lion. That's like even better, I think, right? But in either they lose the nades, or they lose the map control in Zero, the soft breeze in Sophia, or the hard breach in Thermite. Like that's not good either. But Lion would bring you a hard breach gadget. You could maybe YOLO run double hard breach gadget and just play off frags.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the only alternative I see. Then you play Skies and Lion, mid on Blitz, and you stick the same.
Those are some nasty angles of Edges opening up into the car garage in that kitchen.
Are one thing. Lack of intel seems to play into it quite
It was like through the soft wall in a kitchen, like looking down into the hallway door.
Lion doesn't have Harbridge anymore? Oh, does he have the Gone 6 now? Is that why?
Wait, no, Lion has Harbridge gadget and Gone 6.
That's what I thought. Oh, at least I thought he had two.
He has both. They didn't remove the Harbridge gadget off him.
Oh, okay. I was worried they traded it.
Clips will be on him.
Oh, that's a good point.
Probably
he has a Gone
most,
6.
if not
oh
all
my
of the
god.
rounds for the remainder of this matchup. As the defense, you have to basically
He lost
retake
Harbridge. He has
also
Flash and
doesn't
Claymore.
help that we've seen some
Why
puzzling
did they
placement
remove
of utility from
Harbridge
G2.
gadget
Now,
off him?
you don't need a ton of
Have
intel
you
from
removed
Jennifer Kennedy.
Yeah, Gone 6
As
and
NJR
Claymore.
decides to peek the doorway into office and gets punished for it. Mint now
Oh,
shot
wait,
away.
wait, the
He
Gone
doesn't
6 are
check his
fucking sick of that
corners.
weapon. I'm a
Uno's
fucking
eyeing
bot.
right next to him,
I'm a fucking
and Mint
bot,
goes
dude.
down.
And the
freight
Blitz
train
just
that
runs
has
in and
the
dies.
Blitz is derailed. DZ with a
I
minute
think
off
it's
of the
time to
clock.
put
Now
the Blitz
trail
up to
3v5
dry.
with G2
I don't think
looking
we
to
try again.
equalize.
I might just, it's getting to a point where I might just at Mint on Twitter and just like, please stop picking, stop it. Stop.
The first kill
At
on
least you
J&J,
gotta
that's just a
pick the
great
Blitz
play from
for
Kenji.
the match
Nothing really to
specifics.
fault
I don't
from
think
NJR,
against
not
G2 it's the
necessarily.
play.
It's just timing.
Oh.
Sometimes those happen.
I do think it could work
But
against
Mint
other
not
teams
checking
though.
his
Oh yeah,
corner
there's those
library,
angles, dude.
in the entrance.
In the floor holes looking
It's
through.
puzzle. It's puzzling for sure. What we do know is that DarkZero likely to struggle in this round. If we go to 5-5, I mean, this
Getting a lot of
match
value
continues
from
to be
Zero though.
close.
I actually like it now.
Point round, though,
I love the
wouldn't
Zero.
count out DZ
I
just
regret all
yet.
the bad things I've said
This
about
is
it.
definitely it could go
Just for
either
this
way
map.
situation. There might be a mute jammer,
I
but
don't
I think it's been dealt
Where's
with.
another map that you
so
can play
even if it
Zero
was
on?
there,
This
wall
has a
gets
lot of
opened
long
up
hallways
by
in it.
Skies.
Like,
I mean,
And
you
now
could do it
DZ
on
are shaping
Coastline.
up for their execute.
You
yeah,
could.
Coastline. Yeah, I guess Coastline. You
they
just like
have
stick them on the
manpower.
trees in the courtyard and
Yeah.
you see all the
It's been
flanks.
You
pretty
see below
stellar when it comes to
control,
the actual
like you can
site.
see a
They
lot
can
of info.
definitely make an execute happen here with
Only
this
issue with
crossfire.
Coastline is that
There is
you
still
can't necessarily
denial
act
on the board
off
for
the info
G2,
as good as you
Yeah.
can on the
Not
maps.
all hope is lost for DZ, but
Oh, this is
That guy's
interesting.
a really good spot for both.
He is.
They're both bottled on the tables.
G2 brings to the
Yep.
table, and they'll
Oh,
fall
no.
off as
Good
Eclipse gets
refrag.
gunned
Oh,
down.
Jesus
Hyper
better.
wasn't watching Blue standing
Oh.
pat, but everybody gets
Yeah,
slaughtered in
that
sight.
spot inside the
G2
cabinet, that made all the
retakes
difference.
At the same
That's
time,
really strong.
off of the play from Blue,
Because
and
without that
DZ
wall being
have
open,
no
you
hope
can't
whatsoever
remove him
of claiming
at
that
all.
round.
If he just stays hidden.
And you
Yeah,
know,
Lion
you
has
take a
flashes
step
and
back a
Chrono. We
little
just loaded
bit.
up the game.
You look at the beginning of the
Sure.
round where
Yeah,
DZ
chats that they gave
loses
us a
two
buck instead
players,
back when he got it.
and you think to yourself, okay, let's say
Well, in that
those
case,
two
that might
deaths
be why they
upstairs
play
that
Lion.
I think they
happen,
should have just kept
these
it on
ones right here
Lion.
on the
Like, it
replay,
makes them
let's
even
say
more
those don't
viable
happen, yeah?
to pick, right?
And then
Yeah.
DZ
I also
manages
think
to
you
get
want
both of
the
these
like the
walls
extra
open, and they
gun.
could've.
Yeah, I mean,
They
Lion's gun is
could've
like
thermited
so
that
many
second wall.
bullets,
They
dude.
chose
Like,
not
if you have
to.
There we
gun
go.
sixes, if you
They
have
didn't
gun
have enough
six as well,
manpower to
oh
hold
my,
it.
yes.
But
What
if,
they should have
let's say
done
they
now is
have all
6
five
off
live,
the
they
Blitz
open up
into
those two
Lion.
walls
Oh
on
no!
site.
Oh
That trade,
Why?
no!
Why?
He takes his Blitz into Clash now.
finish off the
He's
round,
one-
that trade battle
He
is
should-
gone
want to
the other way.
lose. They
DZ
want to
could've
lose.
made
He
an
should have literally
advantage happen
6
there with
off the
extended
Blitz
control
into
of
Lion, the
second wall.
other way around.
Yeah.
If they had the
Or
And-
into
manpower to
Monty.
hold it,
Or into Monty.
and
This
again,
side is really
trade
good for
each other
Monty.
out. But
Ah, that's
you know,
rough.
that's if it didn't happen.
I'm actually
So
tilting
good
from
realms
watching
of
this.
G2.
I'm
Well
almost
done
at
to
full
them.
tilt.
They bring this
I mean,
to a
If he
5-5.
goes one more round, then you can add him on Twitter. Yeah,
Well, this is back and forth right now. G2
I just
very
don't
much
think it makes
in the
sense
thick
that
of it,
you
trying to play
continuously
spoiler
6-pick the
to
same
DarkZero.
thing over and over
As
again.
we laid out the
It clearly
map
doesn't
and
work.
what they
No.
need to make it
I mean, the
into
instant that
top
they put
four.
6-pick to Monty at this point, right? Because they hear the shield and they're like, oh, it's a Blitz, guys. He's coming back.
If DarkZero loses here, dream's over.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's
done.
the
They
same
need to
like
go
in the
flawless
beginning
over
of
their next two
UL with
maps.
Kayak, like Uno would
And a
always
reminder,
6-pick off
the
the IQ,
global
like
standard
every
that is
single
used
round.
for
Like
points
it didn't take more than
gives you
2
an extra
play
point
days and
or
everyone
making it to
figured it out.
overtime and losing in
And we don't
overtime
see T2 do that
does
at this
not
event.
exist here.
Instead
You
we
get
see
a point
Valkyrie ban,
for a
but
win,
yeah.
you get 0 points
Yeah,
for a
but to be
loss.
fair, in the UL, they
That's
play
it.
Oregon
It doesn't
and
matter how
fucking
close
console.
every single round
Yep.
is. It doesn't matter if you lose
They're
7-8
actually
in that
throwing this
15th
game,
final
like
round.
hardcore
You're
throwing.
Still go home with
Like,
0
who's
points.
paying
So
Mint to
DZ,
pick 6-pick Blitz,
for
man?
them, If their goal is that upper bracket, this
I don't know.
is
They must have
absolutely
some
a must-win.
crazy
As for
like
G2,
scrim
this match
results
isn't really
or
Dude,
that much
that's actually a nice zero cam. He's
They're
hiding
gonna
it in the
finish somewhere
kegs.
from 5th
Yeah.
to 9th. They've made it into the
And that's why
playoffs.
it's in the
So
fire.
oh, does
fireplace.
it survive in the fireplace? Because drones die there.
I think it does.
I mean, it must if he's using
I
it.
mean, I guess, yeah. Right,
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
It's definitely.
Oh, it's
still
not
a
like
lot of
in. It's like
pressure,
right
and
above it, I
do
think.
think that these
But
teams
doesn't that fireplace have
they
cover over
need
it, or
some
am I
wins.
dumb?
These some
Both of
nice
them,
cams.
DZ
I
and
might.
G2. Now, G2 to that effect are going to bring a
'Cause
clash,
I feel like
so
they added the cover
we'll
there
see how that one works
because
out
the
for
drones
them.
get destroyed.
And
That I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, I think you might be right on the rework.
what we do know is there's two shields in play.
So how's the
of
Blitz
that.
gonna die this time?
Mid
He's
is
gonna run up the
continuing
stairs
on
and just get
Blitz
lasered
play,
in the arm by the
and,
Maestro.
we'll see how
That's what I think.
I think he survives, but he dies
Some
later
shield
on. I think they
action.
get
will
up.
say so
Why is
far that
NGR
the
going
Blitz
first?
play from Mint
No.
has not been
Okay,
anywhere near
this
as
could-
good as
yeah.
it
Here's
has
the
in the
Maestro,
past,
dude.
and is
I'm
looking
calling it.
forward
They
to
did.
it.
He's
They
gonna get
didn't drone
lasered.
it. They didn't drone it.
Must be a
He's gonna
point
get
of
lasered in the
frustration
back.
for
Look at him. Look at him.
It's not exactly going to be
Oh.
as easy either, knowing that there's a clash.
Oh, they don't
on the
realize.
Nope.
board.
Oh,
So,
oh
way that he
no,
goes,
oh
there's
no.
many bodies in
No, he just
Solarium.
stayed in the
He's standing
corner.
in the doorway.
Oh, that's
Bomb
tough.
Can't really do too much with it.
was
Sky's
so
on
close.
rappel.
Oh, here comes the clash.
Line is Kayak.
And this is where Blitz
the
starts
clash
crying.
walk
Because of
right
stagger
without
change,
Solarium's
Blitz
door.
completely
Watch
gets
the
countered by
grenade
Clash now.
Trying to turn him around to see
Yeah,
if
see?
Blitz can
Yeah.
get
Oh my
off
God.
screen.
It's disgusting.
Citizen. DZ
So if
continue
anyone's
to
behind
add
the
up on
clash,
points
the
here.
second
They take
once
this
you get
round, they
Blitz
go to
gets
match point.
zapped, he's
G2
dead.
takes this round, they go to match point.
He got nasty
There's heavy
crossfires here,
stakes.
but
Oh, Eclipse funding
How
2 kills.
How did the clash die?
On the window, taking down
The
Kayak,
window.
posted up in a similar spot to where he
Yeah, but
was
surely you can
earlier.
like angle
Cantor
yourself,
Raketti
right?
knows
So you
that,
know.
I mean, I just think Kayak stepped too far back and got
Yeah.
sold.
Once a team takes Solarium and
Like,
they
not-
don't
not-
pressure the bomb site,
Don't
you
let
are
the
in
Blitz-
trouble. It
don't
doesn't
let the
matter
Blitz
how
win
many
around, man.
forces
Now the Blitz is
Cantor
great
must
though.
know this.
Oh, the
Cantor
Iona
well
clone
runs that
scared me, dude.
ammunition.
Oh,
Waiting for him
here
to
we
shoot
go.
the
Blitz
clock.
gets one.
Dude, that's the Blitz, dude. One kill, baby.
Find the last one.
Cantor Raketti, and down he goes.
Well,
So,
you
hey,
totally could have done
maybe
that
the
with
shield
anyone
does
else,
work
but
just
you know.
well. Virtue in
Yeah,
a
at that point,
clutcher
yeah.
kick scenario.
Is that a flawless
He's
round?
gonna
No one
get
died?
kicked flawlessly
Yeah.
for DarkZero as they take their
Man,
most
Blitz,
important
so
round
strong.
other than a victory. They're on match point 6-5.
Actually
What a
crazy.
big round there for DZ, a flawless one.
Dude, we could have
And
just won
we're
them
gonna
around
toss
right
the
there.
B-Strain off
Nah, I
to
feel like
the
Blitz can
next
group
match.
one round
We've got
and then maybe
Furia
you
and
still get
FaZe
lucky.
coming up, so I think it's so much
Yeah,
more
but he keeps
B-Strain
picking it, so it's not like
later.
it's not like a wild
This will
card pick. It's
continue
more
though,
of just
obviously,
they're playing
6-5
Blitz.
for
And plus you're
DZ,
mint, so
match
it's, like,
point
expected
one
at this point.
away
And
from
again,
locking
great.
this one out. But G2
Actually, a good
equally
point. He
one
plays
away from
Blitz,
bringing
like,
it to
so much,
overtime.
right? He
They'll
plays
go
on
to
club as well.
Bar gaming to attempt just that.
On club?
Difficult site to make.
Yeah,
work
he-
so
yeah,
far
yeah,
this
he-
Invitational.
he-
This has been
he-
one of the
he plays
worst
on
sites
club.
for the defenders on this map, and
Not
that's on a
every time,
map
but, like,
where the
enough time
defensive
to, like,
win
where it's,
rate
like,
is already
at this
pitifully
point,
low.
he
So
broke
Oh,
it.
that I like this. This
That's
yes.
Solarium taking
Now,
DZ
had he
down
six
so
picked
well.
that 2 rounds ago, I would have been even happier.
The
But
amount of
I'll
times
take it.
that we
Would've
have
been a
seen a
6-5,
team
yeah.
take
It's
Solarium,
And it's
open up the
power
wall in
defense. I would say
closet,
this is perfect for
open up
you.
the wall if
this
it's
is
not
very
already
much
opened
big
up.
win, right?
Yeah, library
From
gets
bathroom.
fucked.
And then
Side
force
gets
all
fucked. You can
defenders to
choose
have
your
to play
attack
out of
now.
office or to have to play at a piano, and to no
Well,
avail
they stick the
is
line,
huge.
No, so I don't think they're
Let's sit
rushing
on the
because of
big
that.
window, as Eclipse did, looking into Master. You've got
You can still
Solarium
just
wall open in the
stuff
closet.
with
You've got
the-
the entire
You can,
map of
100%.
that B-bomb site. There are
I mean, one
so
can tell
many
that's all it
ways
takes.
to play. The saving grace in most
Oh,
teams on
true, this is
defense
actually
in
the
that
perfect
particular
round.
situation is to have a
One my
nitro
band,
zone
no
or
Jaeger
two
on the
at your
board.
disposal, preferably one below
About to be
to
fun.
blow somebody up.
Mostly
when they
barbed wire.
try
Yeah, I
and
think that's
default plan
intentional,
spot.
chat, because
As you can see, the
they have no
entire
barbed
wall
wire.
is
Well, it's placed, yeah.
is destructible. So you're gonna get a lot of
I
value
Kento
from a
also played barbed wire
well-placed C4.
pulls earlier this tournament because they had no barbed wire, otherwise the staircases. It didn't look pretty, but I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
That is a nice camera, dude.
Yeah.
Because either your opponents are
Yeah, it's
moving
not nice
or there's
anymore.
just too
Not
much going
everybody
on
knows.
at the same time. Regardless,
Thank you, Flings.
DarkZero are marching towards this upper bracket. There's a lot on the line for them right now.
Oh yeah, I will always think that the best teams are the ones that can play like. Oh, never mind.
In order to make it to the upper
Better
bracket.
team
This
is the
round in
swing team.
particular is
Suppressor,
pivotal.
angled
Overtime
grip,
is on the board
holo
if
snipe.
G2 prevails
That's
as
a
well.
loadout,
That's
dude.
a pretty good start.
That's the Ben
in seeing
special.
fight that happens as Citizen taking out Eclipse.
I guess that's how you counter the zero pick, dude. dude. You just swing him.
Yeah.
That's a really big take.
Before he gets
the
cameras down, dude, just take him off the board.
Department alone through this map. Eclipse has had a really tough SI group.
It's a very big opening kill. Now the control is off.
Yeah.
All that well.
This honestly might throw off their entire attack. Like having no flank info. They're gonna be so scared about everything.
I know it doesn't look that impressive overall, but given his current performance in past matches, that's real good.
I don't know. I think they're trying to go for a rather direct attack.
Like look where the rest of his team is. Like he's gonna rush site.
That's what I'm thinking.
Big window.
not going to be great.
Yeah, but
It
the-
bodes well
but the rest
for
of his team is
G2's
trying to take
chances
above.
at
When I
bringing
think
this
they should
OT,
just
but
follow
it's
with him into
still a
sight.
lot left to
Unless
push.
he yings and the
DZ
hyper
are
comes from
on
like
attack. You have to
Fireplace.
keep that in
Oh,
your
he's
mind
off. Never
because
mind.
attack is still favored even
Big
when
window
they're a
developer.
man down, I'd say, on this
So
map.
much time for nothing, though.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh, they
And we
know.
haven't had
Mint
the
with the
best
worst
vantage
timing.
point for it, but we've seen
Might
snippets
have
of how
a-
Eclipse is sitting on
They
those
have a cam
SAM
outside?
cams and
They might.
making
I think
calls
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
I
think
an
yeah.
estimate of where they need to
Wait, is
apply
the default
pressure.
camera?
Meanwhile, on G2's
There's
side,
no way.
Uno's getting that exact
Oh.
same call.
He
And
repels
sees the
down.
repel line in front of him.
Where's he going?
Run
He's
out
going
for
around for the
Kanto,
safe one.
But it's gone now, and Mint will reposition.
Wait, Kanto
Hyper
dies?
takes out
What?
Kanto Raketti.
How does
Both
Kanto
teams back
die?
to even
I just don't know where
odds,
DC is because they're
4v4 with
doing
a
nothing, you
minute
know?
to go.
Like DC
Yeah,
is
they're
nowhere on the
AFK.
map. They're literally all AFK right now,
That
and
big pick,
where's
and that'll
Kanto's
bring DZ
body?
right back in.
well, he got caught by
obviously.
Hyper on Fireplace double door. So
Kanto
like
has
dining
been a
hallway
player.
or
Oh,
G2.
yeah, okay.
Now, the top floor
Something
clear,
like that.
you can see there's a little bit of hesitation here for DZ. They're like, okay, is it clear? Can we go for
mean, they-
library
I think I've seen
and
his body
use
up by
that for
chimney.
vertical?
yeah,
in the middle of
yeah.
chimney.
I think he
Took a
died
while
from
to
below
get to
here.
that, though. You can see the
Because
clock
Hyper killed
starting
him.
to dwindle, and that's going to cause some
Well,
problems.
they have
for
library
DZ.
now. They
If they can go for the side
Yeah.
execute, where's Mint?
Nobody
Where's
there.
the
If
Like,
NJR just
backstairs,
holds this,
need to be a
Skies
little bit
walks
quicker
back
on
down.
attack.
And there
Hyper
they
chooses.
go.
This is
Second
good. If
kill
Mint
picked
and
up.
Yeah.
Skies can rotate over.
G2 now finds themselves in a
Mint
worse
can fuck
position
up
than they were
somewhere
just a
else,
moment
but-
prior
I
to
don't
that.
see him. I don't see
They
Mint
lose
at
this
all
round,
near the
that's it.
site.
This is the
Yeah, he's
final
up- he's
match
up with
here
Skies
in the
near the,
playoffs. Of the group
But he's
stage.
still on the
They've already
roof.
secured a spot
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
He just
That's
hopped
okay
in
for
now.
them.
It's gonna be low on
For
time. That's the only
DZ,
downside. 15 seconds.
Absolutely, they need to find their footing. And
So
they're
much
gonna
time
have
wasted.
Yeah, they're gonna go now.
seconds left in the round. Kayak
Kayak's
checked
gotta
all
go,
those
dude.
toxic
Yep,
cancers,
now they're
looking
going.
to stave off a push.
Oh, he
They
turned too
don't
early.
know. They're blinded.
Oh, it's actually.
It's
Oh,
the
that's a nice
Wait,
plant spot.
that's a nice plan.
They flanked though. They
The guy-
flanked.
And they will try
Citizen
to-
finds one, two. Oh, no one held the
And
flank.
on time, they
No
take
cams,
it
no
out with
flank.
huge
Dude, they
plays
wasted
from
so
Citizen
much
to
time
stop
doing
the
Citizen.
flank. And we're going to
Man just
overtime
shift
between
W'd.
DZ and G2.
I know
I mean,
we
just
know.
look at
Two.
that. Nobody's watching.
So like
for
they all
Citizen
drop
to
into
come
site,
from
but
the
no one
hallway.
drops and
Not
goes
one
out into the
single
hallway.
flank
Like
watch
I don't know
for
where
DZ.
Hyper went.
Yeah, Hy-
Because
yeah,
that-
Hyper-
should have been holding that.
Hyper was
There's
fine
only
because he
10
could have held
seconds
it.
left. We
Like
have
if
to
he was still
execute
there,
quick
that
into
is.
Yeah.
site. We gotta go.
don't know where he went,
go.
though.
There's
And
no
I
way
mean,
their
on
whole
one
attack
hand,
fell apart
they're
because Zero
right.
died.
But all it took
Yeah, honestly, it
was
did. I
Citizen
mean, that's how
walking through the
DC played.
completely
Oh.
Kill one of the
walking
fucking
through the
power picks,
completely
dude.
uncovered
I know.
hallway. He
I don't know if you
stopped
saw the
plant,
timing,
and
but
that's it.
one of the
Good
DC
round.
players literally just
G2
flicked
bring
away
us
from the
OT.
flank, and then
Oh,
Citizen came in
really?
the same
Little
same
bit
second.
Parker that go a long way.
Same
They were
second.
probably
And
they
that's
were
been
probably
the
like
story
streaming
for
like
this
two guys
entire
in
match.
like the cellar, wherever the fuck
DZ
you call
had
it, like
round
that back
in the
room.
bag effectively,
Oh, the
and
mud
all
room
they needed to
thingy,
do
Yeah.
was
Yeah, the one that connects
actually
the bomb sites.
cover their planter. It could have been with the smoke.
Well, that's
It could have been with
stop,
somebody
yeah.
holding the hallway. It doesn't matter what. They just had to prevent Citizen from walking in for free from the hallway and just seeing, oh, hey, there's the planter. I wonder what would happen if I shot him. Oh, what's that?
I swear to
We're
God,
on
if
triple
DZ
zero?
picked
I'm gonna
Blitz
win the
in
round. Oh,
OT.
freebies.
One
Thank
more
you.
time.
Oh, you're
Dude, they're gonna have
Not
the,
that way,
they're gonna have the thought
Something
process of guys.
happened to you.
Ying failed. We're going back to the Blitz.
How much of that round, by the way,
Which
boils
isn't
down
true,
to a
but-
lack of intel for DZ? Not that I think that those Zero cams, the Argus launcher, is going to go in a position where
Nick,
they
do you
could
think
have
that the reason
seen
no one's
or
picking Ace anymore
covered
is because
that
of
angle?
smokes
It's a
purely?
pretty
Yeah.
common spot
Yeah.
for the last two defenders
It was
to be
so
playing
strong.
while on that bomb site.
Yeah,
It was giga strong.
But if you look at the way that DZ
I mean, in most places you can just
handled
take
the
thermite
mid-round,
in place of the ace,
grenade
and
that
it still gives
missed
you
on
the same
library
effect. It's just the
stairs,
smokes.
the
You need
different
smokes to
players from
execute.
DarkZero who
Yeah.
were spread out all over. And then
I
when
still
they
think Ace is
realized,
sketchy. This giga strong, but
"Uh-oh,
he's
there's
just
20
Yeah.
seconds
harder
left.
to
We
flex
need to get
now.
into the site."
And now you
They
can't
didn't
cover the
look like they
whole
had
like
total
one flank and
confidence.
still
There was
push.
3 players from DarkZero in
I
the
also
middle of
think
the
it was
site,
still
all
nerfed in the wrong way. I think it
frantically
should have just
looking in
been
different
removed the charge
directions,
and kept them as
trying to
like
determine the
3.
remaining players from
Yeah,
G2.
Oh,
Asked
fast
them,
teacher
"What
round.
is
Side.
this,
Oh,
by the way?"
yeah.
That's what
30
DC should have
seconds
done.
and G2 are gonna
Dude,
go
they're
for
changing up like the
Kayak
momentum of
Defuser
the rounds,
down.
right?
Yeah.
Or like the
2 kills
speed.
for G2,
Yeah,
make it
very well
3.
done by G2.
DZ fires back.
DC did not see it coming.
Defuser still
Let's see if they
amidst
hold the
smoke
post
under
plant though,
cover
like like they're all in sight.
Yeah,
Pretty.
they do. Easy.
Eclipse
Yeah,
trying
well,
to
they
raise
have
it,
one
but
guy
he's
above,
punished
and
from above.
nomad enough to
Citizen
flank.
now has
This is
control
clean.
above,
This is
and
nice.
it's NJR
Very nice
to
one.
try and
FNG,
save the round for
and
his
stuff.
team.
GG.
DZ not
This
only
is probably the
forfeiting
best
match
G2
point,
we've
but now
seen,
forfeiting the
like
first
with
round
exception of the
overtime
first like 4
G2
rounds,
will
but
move
Yeah, this
to
is
match
what
point.
DarkZero should have
Wow,
done the
what a
round before.
turnaround
with
we're
Ying.
seeing here right now, Parker.
Yeah, that's literally what they should have done with Ying.
That was because G2 gets attack first on Chalet. That round certainly looked definitive. But DZ could answer back with their own attack round here. We'll find out. That, by the way, is how you do an explosive take into the site. A couple things that were better there for G2 than they were in the previous round for DZ.
This is it, dude.
Number
It's
one,
gonna be a
No,
six-pick. It's
no,
gonna be a six-pick.
no,
Two,
no.
the execution
No.
went
No
a
zero?
lot faster. I know it was at the beginning of the round, But
wait, the Zero is
whatever,
working so
there was
well
time
though.
left on
yeah.
the clock, so
I'm
you're not
afraid they might
risking
do it.
at the end.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
And
happen.
that's
Look.
huge. Number
You
3,
think
the
G2's
coverage
taking 6 pick
apart
right now
from
online?
the smoke was
Come on, dude. 6 pick the
stellar.
Blitz. You know you
Nope.
want to.
Nope.
They not
He would've
only
already
had
done it
somebody
by now.
in sight. In fact, I think
Oh,
they
Warden?
had 2 bodies in
Ah,
sight
Maestro.
to cover the
Okay.
planter. They
Oh my
also
god,
had
they
bodies
have a good
above
lineup.
to cover the planter from potential
What,
off
DZ or
angles or vertical
DZ?
play. And all of that
I mean, they
to
have
say
4
that
smokes
it
now
was a
and 2
well
nades,
thought
so-
out rush from
And they
G2.
have two gun
That wasn't
sixes as
just
well,
a, oh,
line
let's
and
run into the site, see what
Diana.
happens. That was a okay. We know
What do
we
you
need
mean,
to
Sax?
control.
If you buy it in
Everyone do
in-game
their
store,
job,
you get
control
it.
their
So.
little bit,
The shittiest
and we'll be
bomb
fine.
honestly,
And
at
they
this
all
point
controlled
right
their
now.
little bit. They were fine.
This is a matchup that really wasn't supposed to be anywhere near as exciting as it is right now. But
Wait,
my
Nick, you
goodness,
remember
we
how
have been
NAL
treated
did
to
the
a real
whole
joy.
Goyo shot on Chimney? Like, where they
Chalet's
put
pacing is such
I
that
don't know,
it
nobody's
is
done that, I think.
oftentimes unpredictable and it can be a little bit
including
messy.
DarkZero.
It's
No,
something
one
that we
team
see
did it,
very similar to
um,
Coastline, where
this
there's
tournament so far. One
unpredictable
team.
rounds and attacks can come out
I don't remember
quickly.
who.
I mean, we've seen 3 rush strats.
And they had one top library stairs, one chimney
13
shield.
rounds of action.
I mean, the library stairs is
So,
default, but I
who
don't see the
knows
Chimney
exactly
one. Like,
what's
I
up
haven't seen
next?
one.
When you look
I
at
don't know, I'm pretty sure I saw one earlier.
DZ
changing up the top 4 attack again. Last time they did a Solarium push. This time they're going for a lobby and library push.
We could be watching DarkZero's
Interesting.
chances at an upper bracket finals or an upper bracket.
I think they just want to go
start,
kill the
rather.
Romans this time.
suppose
I
it
think they
would
just want to
technically
remove them
be
off the map.
Oh, I bought the full
a final
bundle, but didn't get the
finish
camo for the main
in the upper
gun.
bracket.
No, you don't get the camo for the main gun,
Some of
Sax.
our very own.
The bundle that's out right now is
It's all
the
about
uniform,
what happens in these
headgear,
early
and
engagements. Citizen
secondary
has been
skin.
such an
The
important player for
SMG12.
G2, but a very
The
dangerous
K1A skin that Ben is
They
using
get
right now,
found out, but not
that's
caught
from
out.
the
They'll get
last
back nice and
year's
safe to the
vigil
top of
bundle.
back stairs.
It's 2 different bundles.
Spotted.
So one
Possibly,
bundle
no,
is the
he
main
has
operator
ability
plus
up
the weapon
there.
skin.
Kayak will get
And,
NJR as well. who's
So, like, we
attempting
got-
entry, and now DZ
Yeah, it
find
is different
themselves a
bundles.
man down.
Oh, nice,
Not
free
2
fire
though.
cancel.
As Hyper will win 1 down in
Dude,
the
look
back
where all
bar
of
storage.
G2 are, man. They have.
Camper
I
Henry
don't think
back
they have a
Look at
single player.
this.
They don't have a single player on site. I don't think no one's on. No one's on site. They
No,
all left
no,
on
yeah,
site.
no one's on site, but it
Citizen is
doesn't even
low,
matter.
But
still,
it
They made a
worked.
call.
DarkZero's
All
backs
5 of
against the
them
wall.
ran at DZ and killed them, and it worked.
Well, finally,
Holy
DZ
shit.
finds.
I mean, talk about changed momentum.
Dude,
They're
they
gonna
can
need it, by
they
the way.
completely
They still
took
trail.
control of this
Clemson
game.
Skies
That
will
was
work
sick.
together for the remaining
and I go
minute
back to
and
saying
a
this is
half
still
of this round to try to punish G2.
Yeah.
G2's
DZ just got
setup for that
overwhelmed by
defense.
fucking
They
monkey
established a
plays, dude.
bulkhead.
And it's so good to see.
I love momentum Swift though. Like, it's
inside
such a
games,
like
and
fun
just
thing to
wanted
watch.
hold that one down, and they all played off of it perfectly. Do keep in mind.
Now they're all AFK on site. Yep. And DC's like, fuck, where are they?
It's
This is
immune
gonna
to
spend the
the
next
lion
like
charge.
45 seconds.
So-
drawing
Dude, they're gonna
air.
spend so long clearing the map now. How many jackal pings has he got left? He hasn't used a
He
single
hasn't
one.
used a single one.
Citizen is gonna be
He hasn't
able
used
to
a single
evade
one
that.
yet.
It's what allowed
Holy
the rest of
shit.
G2 to
Yeah,
reposition
they
and
did
catch the
building,
players from
pretty sure.
DarkZero off
So up
guard.
until this point.
Now, I want to know.
I'm surprised
something here.
DarkZero never
G2
entered the
are
basement.
really,
Like,
really
just breached the
good
soft wall and
about
walked
falling
in,
back
and then
most
came
of
up
the
like
time.
Westman
They
stairs.
round with
I
getting
think that's what the
upstairs,
jackal
but
should have done
usually when
instead of
G2
being
does
outside
have the advantage on
the
defense,
main
they'll
door.
fall
Because
back
you
and
like lurk
anchor
up
on the
through
site.
West
DZ
Main and
was
try and get
slow
some
at
kills.
realizing that has happened, and they just spent about
think
20,
somebody
30
missed
seconds
it.
trying to be sure that it did.
Alright.
So
Well, they
that's a
know
lot of time
where
wasted for
what you
G2
call
for
it is,
free,
Maestro.
essentially, as DZ sets up for
Wait,
the
no, that's not
execute
my.
for the
That's
breach.
Uno on Jaeger in
And
that
of course,
spot
they
now.
can't go
Okay.
for a Solarium take because their whole focus is over here towards office, and that's where they're going to continue.
They
to
have one
look. There's
smoke.
that evil eye cam that we talked about before. It's still upright. It's going to give
No
intel
smokes.
to G2, and
No
Uno's gonna be
smokes.
the one to try to
Dude,
play off
Jaeger's
of this.
gun in this
Behind the
spot
bomb
is
chassis,
so bad.
relatively safe.
With like the new recall change.
G2 fallen far
I haven't
enough
played it yet,
back that
actually.
they can
Not
lure
once.
DZ into the site, and then
I'm behind.
pin him down as best as they can. And this
Wait,
is where
he's
the
just
rubber's
lurking
going
through
to
the
have to hit
site.
the
He's-
road for
Yeah,
this
he's
one.
dead.
Skies
and
absorbing
he's dead.
a lot of damage, and well,
Skies is 1 health.
beating, he's going to need to
Yeah.
keep walking away from it. He won't.
That-
do
that
it. I'm not locked in here with
those
you, you're
last
locked
2
in here
rounds
with
is
me.
how G2 should have played
says
this
they
whole
deny
tournament,
the
Yeah,
dude.
potential
that
of
shows the
upper bracket
potential
for
of D2.
DarkZero as
Like, those 2
G2
rounds were
steal
so
the match
sick.
away.